The Minister of the Prime Minister's Court and Chairman of the High Committee of the Rashid Equestrian Horse Racing Club REHC, His Highness Sheikh Isa bin Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, met with Chairperson of the Bank of Bahrain and Kuwait, BBK Tariq Jail Safar. His Highness highlighted the important role of the private sector in supporting Bahrain's development, including horse racing, in line with the visions of His Majesty the King and the directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister. His Highness noted that strategic partnerships with the private sector represent a pillar in supporting plans and programs aimed at strengthening the role of the REHC as an integrated sports and tourism hub. His Highness commended BBK for its continued support of the REHC's initiatives and development plans, noting that the strategic partnership between REHC and BBK serves as a strong model for private sector contribution to national development efforts and underscores their shared commitment to advancing the horse racing sector regionally and internationally. His Highness noted the importance of continuing to develop this partnership to develop the club's infrastructure and facilities, strengthening its ability to host diverse tournaments and events, and positioning Bahrain as a leading integrated hub for sports and tourism. The chairperson of BBK expressed appreciation for His Highness's support in strengthening partnerships with the private sector, commending His Highness's leadership in developing and advancing the horse racing sector. In this context, the REHC announced a strategic partnership with BBK in support of its development plans aimed at upgrading facilities and enhancing the kingdom's position as a leading destination for horse racing. The agreement, which includes BBK's sponsorship of one of the club's development projects, was signed by the Chief Executive Officer of the REHC, Yusuf Osama Abu Hajji, and the Group Chief Executive of BBK, Yasser Al-Sharifi. Yusuf Osama Abu Hajji noted that this agreement reflects the club's commitment to strengthening partnership with the private sector institutions, contributing to the development of the horse racing sector, enhancing Bahrain's position on the global racing map. Yasser Al-Sharifi affirmed BBK's commitment to continuing its support for the REHC through sponsoring development projects, championships and international races as part of the bank's role in supporting the government's vital sectors, noting that the development witnessed in the horse racing sector has been a key driver in strengthening this partnership. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdulatif bin Rashid Al-Zayani, held talks in Athens with his Greek counterpart, Georgios Geratritis, during his official visit to Greece. The Greek minister welcomed the visit, highlighting the strong historical ties between the two countries and the steady growth of cooperation across various domains. He also congratulated Bahrain on winning a non-permanent seat on the UN Security Council for 2026-2027. He praised Bahrain's regional and international standing and affirmed his country's interest in expanding cooperation and consultation in political and other key domains. Dr. Zayani expressed his pride in the close bilateral ties and looked forward to further enhancing collaboration in economic, commercial, investment and development sectors, accelerating existing agreements and exploring new opportunities. Both sides reviewed the friendly relations, discussed means to further enhance bilateral cooperation, and affirmed the role of the private sector in boosting trade and investment. They also addressed joint work during their Security Council membership, underscoring their commitment to peace, security and sustainable development regionally and globally. They also exchanged views on regional and international developments and efforts to achieve a just and comprehensive peace in the region. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdulatif bin Rashid Al-Zayani, held a joint press conference with Greek Minister of Foreign Affairs, Georgios Geratritis. Dr. Al-Zayani reiterated Bahrain's firm commitment to making the Middle East a safe, stable and prosperous region, guided by the royal directives that underpin Bahrain's foreign policy, rooted in dialogue, mutual respect and adherence to international law and the UN Charter. He noted that both countries are determined to cooperate closely during their tenure on the UN Security Council, highlighting their shared commitment to promoting peace and security, preserving the rules-based international order, and advancing sustainable development. They discussed means to enhance coordination as Greece enters its second year of Council membership. Dr. Zayani stressed Bahrain's focus on maritime security as a priority for its term, giving it its importance to global stability and economic growth. They underlined the need to fully implement the U.S. President's plan to end the conflict in Gaza and pursue a lasting, comprehensive peace. They welcomed efforts to support Syria's recovery, safeguarding Lebanon's unity, finding a political solution in Yemen, and stopping Houthi attacks on international shipping, while reiterating the importance of preventing nuclear proliferation and ensuring Iran's compliance with its commitments. The Greek minister praised the strong ties between the two nations, commending Bahrain's geopolitical significance and the Gulf region's vital diplomatic role. He added that views had been exchanged regarding the Middle East and development in Gaza, with a focus on consolidating the ceasefire in Gaza and moving forward or towards the recovery and reconstruction on phase of the Gaza Strip, as well as launching a comprehensive political process leading to a two-state solution. He stressed the importance of the two countries working together to strengthen bilateral cooperation in all fields, as it forms the basis for cross-regional collaboration on which the global security and stability system is built. The permanent representative of Bahrain to the UN in New York, Ambassador Jamal al-Ruwa'i, gave a statement during the emergency briefing session of the UN Security Council held under the agenda item Threats to International Peace and Security to discuss developments in Venezuela. Al-Ruwa'i reaffirmed Bahrain's support for regional and international efforts aimed at achieving a sustainable solution in Venezuela within a framework of regional cooperation and respect for national sovereignty. He praised the Secretary General's adherence to the fundamental principles of the UN Charter and expressed Bahrain's support for the Secretary General's call on all relevant parties in Venezuela to engage in inclusive dialogue. Ruwa'i affirmed Bahrain's support for efforts aimed at de-escalation and the advancement of diplomatic engagement, underscoring the importance of enhancing international cooperation to support all efforts to combat organized crime and narcotics. As part of its regular monitoring on the national economy's performance, the Ministry of Finance and National Economy published the Public Economic Quarter Report for the third quarter of 2025. More in this report.
The Ministry of Finance and National Economy has published the Kingdom of Bahrain's quarterly economic report for the third quarter of 2025 on its website, providing a comprehensive picture of the Kingdom's growth trajectory and progress at the local and international levels. According to preliminary national accounts data released by the Information and E-Government Authority, real GDP grew by 4% during the third quarter, driven by a 3.1% increase in non-oil activities and a 9.3% rise in oil activities. The report highlighted the pivotal role of non-oil activities, which contributed 85% to real GDP during the third quarter, reflecting the success of economic diversification and sustainability efforts. In terms of non-oil activity performance, real estate activities led growth rates at 5.4%, followed by financial and insurance activities at 5%, while transport, storage and construction each grew by 4.4%. In an indicator reflecting the attractiveness of the investment environment, the report showed that foreign direct investment grew by 5.8% year-on-year, bringing the total to 17.5 billion Bahraini dinars. Internationally, the Kingdom of Bahrain continued to advance in global indicators, achieving high rankings in dispute resolution, combating trafficking in persons, and economic freedom, confirming its position as a stable and attractive economy for investment.
On this topic, the Assistant Undersecretary for Competitiveness and Economic Indicators at the Ministry of Finance and National Economy, Dr. Faisal Isa Hamad, gave us this statement.
The Economic Quarterly Report of the third quarter of 2025 highlights the continued positive performance of Bahrain's economy, with the non-oil activities remaining the main driver of growth. During the third quarter, the non-oil sector grew by 3.1% year-on-year, reflecting a sustained momentum across a wide range of economic activities. This performance confirms the effectiveness of Bahrain's diversification policies and the expansion of productive sectors beyond oil. Among the strongest performers were the real estate activities, which recorded the highest growth rate, supported by a higher real estate transactions value and an increase in the number of transactions, indicating continued demand and market activity. Moreover, the financial and insurance activities also showed solid growth, driven by higher volumes of electronic financial transfers and the growth in the consolidated balance sheet of the banking sector, all of which point to the healthy economic growth and activity in the finance sector. In addition, the transportation and storage continued to grow, supported by an increased logistics and freight movements. On the investment side, the stock of inward foreign direct investments reached approximately 17.5 billion Bahraini dinars, representing an annual growth of 5.8%, which underlines the investors' confidence in Bahrain business environment and its position as an attractive regional investment hub. Overall, the report confirms that Bahrain's economic growth is becoming more diversified and increasingly driven by the non-oil activities, supporting sustainable growth and strengthening the economy's resilience over the medium and long term.
Bahrain International Circuit BIC, the home of motorsport in the Middle East, hosted a coordination meeting with government ministries and agencies ahead of the kingdom's upcoming events in the 2026 FIA Formula One World Championship. The meeting reviewed all preparations for Formula One pre-season testing and the F1 Gulf Air Bahrain Grand Prix 2026. BIC Chief Executive Sheikh Salman bin Isa Al Khalifa discussed all the latest arrangements ahead of pre-season testing and the Grand Prix weekend, as well as the necessary coordination efforts to ensure their smooth success. He spoke of BIC's keenness to work closely with ministries and government institutions as the kingdom gets ready for the largest and most anticipated annual event in the region, which attracts record crowds each year with fans coming from all over the world. The Ministry of Labour announced the employment of 4,746 citizens in line with the directives of His Majesty the King and the guidance of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, who directed the ministry to offer 3 job opportunities to every registered job seeker by the end of 2025. More in this report.
Bahrain continues to create promising job opportunities for its citizens, a goal that reflects His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa's vision that Bahraini citizens remain the purpose of development. The government, led by His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, has worked to secure jobs for Bahrainis and achieve new milestones in national employment initiatives. Following His Royal Highness's directive to the Ministry of Labour to offer 3 job opportunities to every registered job seekers before the end of 2025, the Ministry confirmed that offers have been made to more than 18,500 applicants, exceeding the target, and that 4,746 citizens have already been employed. These achievements reflect Bahrain's continued effort to empower its people, strengthen the private sector's cooperation, and ensure that every citizen plays an active role in shaping the kingdom's future.
As part of the 7th edition of the Government Innovation Competition, Fikra, electronic voting for the competition has been open to the public through the Prime Minister's office website until the 11th of January. More in this report.
As part of Bahrain's ongoing efforts to promote a culture of innovation and support creative national ideas, electronic voting has been opened for the Government Innovation Competition, Fikra. This stage aims to select the winning idea for the public vote category, with the voting result to be announced in conjunction with the results of the Minister's Evaluation Committee when the winning ideas in the competition are revealed. The ideas submitted covered a wide range of areas, including digital transformation, government services, the environment, education, and health, as well as innovative electronic platforms, smart programs, and community initiatives, reflecting the level of creativity and innovation among national cadres in various government agencies. Fikra reflects Bahrain's keenness to support and encourage innovation as a fundamental pillar for developing government work and improving the services provided to citizens and residents.